Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. G's EV3 workshop. In video 7, we discussed the color sensor's modes, uses, and how to calibrate it. Now we're ready to start using it. Today's question is, how can we use the color sensor to find a line? This topic is covered in detail in the book on pages 59 to 62. In this video, we will discuss where to mount the color sensor and how to program your robot to find lines on the board. Learning topics include looping constructs, feedback, and MyBlocks. So far, all of the first LEGO League mats I have seen included black lines, and each black line has always been surrounded by a pair of white lines. This is a significant point since most any color may be next to the white lines. Let's look at the City Shaper mat. If the robot starts here and travels southeast toward the line, all it really needs to do is look for black and it should work. On the other hand, if it starts here and travels south looking for this line, it is quite possible that the blue area will trigger a false positive read from the color sensor since the blue is so dark. How can we fix that? One possibility would be to set the sensor trigger level to a really low value and hope it passes over the blue area. But I think there is a better way. What if we program the robot to look for white before looking for black? That would still work fine for the first area. The robot may be looking for the black line for a few inches, but that would be okay. For the second area, the blue part is much too dark to create a false positive looking for white, so the robot will reach the white line before it starts looking for black, eliminating the possibility of a false positive. Okay, so what then are the steps we need to program? First, if the robot is not already near the line, then approach the line with dead reckoning. Next, look for the white area or the white line that is next to the black line. And finally, look for the black line. You can easily make a MyBlock to do this if you already made one of the forward MyBlocks from an earlier video. Let's start with the MyBlock from video 6, eliminating the wiggle. Go to the Project Properties window, MyBlocks tab, and make a copy. Rename it to LineFind, or another appropriate name. Since we are now looking for a line, the distance is not fixed, and the math block to calculate degrees of wheel rotation is not needed. So remove it and its associated comment, as well as the motor rotation sensor reset block. Next, change the loop exit condition from degrees of motor rotation to reflected light intensity. The greater than or equal sign is still good, but the light intensity threshold should be high, say 90%. You may want to experiment with different values, but usually a value somewhere in the range of 85 to 95% produces good results. Also, let's change the loop name to something more appropriate, like Find White Loop. Note that you will also need to add a second loop to look for black. But the condition will be less than or equal, and the value will be low, probably in the range of 5 to 15%. And a better name for this loop is Find Black Loop. Note that the power input to the move steering block has a short black line coming out the bottom. That indicates that the program is confused about that input. If you try to plug an input in, it may not work. An easy way to fix this is to cut the block out of the program with Control X, paste it back with Control V, and move it back where it belongs in the chain. Reconnect the data wires, and it should be good to go. Finally, go to a program, add the LineFind block to the program chain, and click on the icon in the upper left corner to edit the MyBlock in the MyBlock Builder. Remove the distance parameter, and if you like, change the MyBlock icon to one that makes more sense for LineFind. Also, don't forget to update the comments to describe the new functionality. Before we run the program, let's discuss mounting considerations. The sensor should be pointed straight down, about 1/4 inch from the mat, or about the thickness of one lift arm. Also, remember that some of the ambient light gets reflected into the sensor, so it is a good practice to build light guards around the color sensor to block most of the ambient light reflections. If you plan to use this color sensor for line following too, which will be covered in another video, then it must be mounted ahead of the drive axle. I have found a good rule of thumb to be 2 inches or more in front of the drive axle. Finally, remember to connect the sensor to the brick with a data cable, and make sure the port number matches the one in the program. Now let's try it. This is the trash track mat. Remember to calibrate the sensor before you run LineFind. Also, note the light guards around the color sensors on this robot. They really improve the color sensor's consistency. First, we'll try a spot without a dark area that could cause a false positive. Good. Now let's try a spot with a dark area by the line. Very good. Also, you may want to consider getting the book. It is a great reference with lots of good information, and it's available in both print and electronic versions at Amazon and many other places online for just a few dollars. And if you like this video, please click the like button below, and don't forget to add comments to your program. Happy programming!